Hey guys, this is Warwick from Casual Chess, back for another 5-minute game today. Looks like I'll be playing white against an opponent from Russia. I think I might start with d4. A bit more highly ranked than this opponent today, so it'll be interesting to see whether I can convert that today. Interesting opening for him. I'm expecting retakes, and I'll take those queens off the board. If so... there we go. Queen a5, that's the sort of different thing I was expecting here. Queen a5, I'll play bd2. And you could certainly say that I've developed my pieces a bit more quickly than my opponent here. So, alright, now obviously b2 is under threat. I could defend it by playing rook b1, but I'd like to avoid that if possible. So I'm thinking now, what about knight a4? Knight a4 protects b2, and I can simply play c3 to defend that knight. Okay, and now what we'll do is we will play e4. Although that looks like that pawn can be taken by the knight, I can simply defend with the recovered, what do you call that, the revealed attack on the queen. I'll play bd3 now. That defends the e4 pawn, develops my piece simultaneously. Again, he's attacking the g2 square, and I will simply castle. He still can't take on e4 even though he attacks it twice, because if he was to take with his knight, then I could retake, rather than retaking immediately, what I would play is rook e1. Okay. I think he may have missed a trick here, so what I can do now is I can play something along the lines of nh4. Okay. Right, now what I wanted to do is I wanted to play nh4 so that I could attack the knight there on g4, but of course he actually has it defended. I missed that at the time I played it, so I'll play nf5, now expecting to lose that piece via his bishop. We don't get that, interestingly enough. Okay, so what's next? I think we will play h4. h4 prepares me to move to my bishop to the g5 square. Is that wise though? We'll take with the pawn. Okay, now bg5. We'll see if we can force that queen into a bad situation here. Now obviously queen e5 threatens mate on h2, which we simply cannot allow. So g3. I'm a bit anxious about the possible fork of his knight to the e3 square. Okay, I think I will kick the queen by bf4, recognising I'm running out of a bit of time here, as I often am at this point in the game. Okay. And now we will play rook e1. My queen defends the knight on the a4 square. And now I'm going to take on bd6. He can't retake with his pawn because of the pinned rook. Okay. So how do I take advantage of this? That's the question. I think queen f3. Queen f3, looking to target the knight on c6. Again, we'll stack up those pieces. That almost forces me to retake there. Missed that piece completely. Okay, look, a bit of a disaster here. We'll try and play on, but running out of time here on the clock. I don't see how I'm going to get away with this victory. Maybe something like f4, although that opens me up to check from his queen. Okay, we'll play f4 anyway, we'll see what happens. b2 is hanging. Okay, rook a d1. Not sure if there's a perpetual check here. Looks like there almost certainly isn't. And I've thrown away the queen, that's game over. Bit of a shame for me. Time I resign. I probably should have resigned actually a little bit earlier than that. Sometimes I just don't like to end too early so that you guys can see the full game played out. Oh, pretty disappointed in that one actually. We'll run a quick analysis though and we'll see what comes up. Just going to run the half-depth analysis on account of I've used my analyses for today. Dropped quite a few rating points unfortunately, back down to 1377. And we got beaten by an opponent who I really should have been better than. You can see by the end of the game my opponent actually had a mate in 1. Not sure I see it, so what's the mate in 1? Oh, I see. Sorry, it's queen to g2. I got mistaken by this arrow there. I did have the advantage at one point, right about here actually. So this is about 18 moves deep, rook e1. Not a bad move, and things were going well here. After b5, which was the best move, I blundered by playing b takes d6. Now obviously I had lined up along the e file trying to pin that pawn to the king, and I had managed to do that successfully, but too focused on taking it rather than actually preparing my pieces for a better assault in the end game. So I allowed a piece to be taken there in exchange for what, 1 pawn? Not ideal. After retakes, Queen f3 was okay, but potentially it's suggesting I should have stacked up on e2 a little bit more. Rook c8 is a mistake from my opponent. I don't see why yet, but let's play it out. be4 is a blunder. So why is be4 a blunder? And ce5 is best. So look, I was trying to sort of stack up on that c6 square and get some checks on the king there, but it wasn't to be, because of course he can simply redirect knight ce5, and he's not only attacking my queen, but threatening to fork if I move my queen to the wrong square away from the f3 square, and simultaneously he defends the c6 square. Forced me to retake, which was the best move. Knight takes e again, queen d1. So again, it's still suggesting I stack up on the e file. I drop back a little bit more than that. No big deal, although he does force a kick there. From here it all really fell apart. I actually just wasted that bishop there, gave that away, and then from here down it was awful. In fact, quite a humbling experience. It really threw that game away. But look, we'll jump back to the report now so you can see the accuracy scores. They're not recorded because I have run my analyses for today, but 13 best moves for me, 3 excellent, a couple of good moves, a couple of book moves, a lot of inaccuracies though, and quite a lot of blunders, 4, which is pretty staggering. But look, these things happen sometimes, and you live and learn. I think my lesson will be don't hang pieces. Simply I gave one away here when I was too keen to take that pinned pawn which couldn't be retaken, and later I wasted again when I played bishop to c6, which was simply a hanging piece. Pretty tragic. But look, not much more to say than that. Hopefully I can improve. I might work on some tactics over the weekend, the next few days potentially, and I will see you guys in the next game. If you liked this one, please give it a like. If you didn't, please let me know what I could do to improve, and I will try and work on that for you. Alright, thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.